Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose and this is my review for the Underdogs, the newest movie from MGM slash Amazon that's releasing this weekend. This one here, I was not really looking forward to be honest with you. A couple of red flags. The biggest red flag is that this movie was supposed to be released theatrically. And I guess the minds, the powers that be anyway, decided to just dump this on Amazon Prime directly. So that's doesn't really bode well for the confidence or lack thereof that the studio had for this film. And secondly, it stars Snoop Dogg. Now listen, I love me some Snoop Dogg, I really do, but I'm not sure if he's the kind of guy you want carrying your film. But more on that later. But ultimately, this was here. This is the Bad News Bears, the Mighty Ducks for the current generation, if you will. Well, at least it's trying to be. We have Snoop Dogg, who was this ex NFL player, champion, one of the greatest receivers of all time, who was a complete diva, had an attitude problem, very selfish. Turned a lot of people, his teammates off. And now he's obviously much older and he's trying to recapture some of that glory, trying to get back into the spotlight, but nobody wants to touch him because he's a pain in the ass. He's an asshole. That's basically what he is. So after a car accident, he which he caused, he was sentenced for community service back to Long Beach, where he grew up, which he hasn't visited in 20 some years. So he's reluctant to do it, but he's obviously has his court ordered. What are you gonna do? And he discovers that his old girlfriend from high school, her son plays in a little pee-wee league. So he figures, he wants to smash her. So he figures, why not coach her son and the team to find his way into her good graces, very selfishly, while also building up his brand to make himself look good. Helping out the kids from the projects. Getting himself and to be liked again, to get the opportunities that he feels he deserves. And of course from there, these underdog kind of stories go, where it's a shitty team, he turns them around to champions and yada yada yada. And of course then he learns about himself and so forth and so forth. So listen, this movie is as good as any movie starring Snoop Dogg could be, right? In other words, if you're expecting something great, you think again, right? And listen, and again, I'm a Snoop Dogg guy. I grew up listening to Snoop Dogg. This guy's an icon in hip hop, and he's gotten bigger than that. Obviously, he's crossed over into mainstream, and that of obviously he's known for the weed and all that stuff. But he's done a lot of other business ventures, and maintaining himself a top build name. And it's funny enough because in real life he actually does coach and created a league for underprivileged kids in the neighborhood, which has produced several NFL players. So he's the one for his community. So it's a role that's not too unfamiliar to him. But that being said, it's Snoop Dogg, right? So he is who he is, and I love him for who he is. But to carry a film, maybe not. And this movie, listen, the biggest issue with this film is not a terrible movie. It's not. But I get why it's going direct to Prime. I really do. It's okay at times, but ultimately it's just not funny. A couple of moments I kind of laughed here and there, but overall it's a comedy, right? And it's a very raunchy red R comedy, but it's lazy in its jokes, and all the tropes we see of all these kind of underdog films, they're all there. He's not a very likable character and all that, to really root for the kids. Kids are a pain in the ass. I don't know, the kids, some of them are likable, some aren't. That's going to be one of those, it's in beauty in the eye of the beholder kind of thing. But ultimately, this really failed to capture really your heart here, right? This movie is all about you getting behind the underdogs. I'm not sure it did a really good job of doing that. It tried to, I get it. And in one part, it kind of succeeded. And then at the end, it gets kind of got stupid and hokey. But listen, ultimately, it's not a film I would recommend you guys watch. If this was going to the theaters, I say avoid it. But it's on Prime, so if you're a big Snoop Dogg fan, fine, I guess. Just, again, have your expectations set at the appropriate level. That's all I'm saying. Some of you guys may like the film. That's great. It just really wasn't for me at all. I love a good underdog story. I love a good sports story. This is just not it. This is second-rate Bad News Bears. Second-rate Mighty Ducks is what this is. It just doesn't really quite live up to those films. That being said, if you guys do check it out, comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.